Good evening and welcome to the third episode of that show they call the Spit. My name is host Jeremy Holmes. I'm glad to be with you on this Saturday evening. Had a great evening of basketball. Went over to see the Vikings of Villa Angela St. Joseph, and I will tell you this: they are a well-oiled machine. That team is packed with juniors. They have some special kids over there, and it's scary because they're actually going to get better and better. So shout out to Coach Quaz, Coach Thomas, Coach Quaz, Coach Quaz. Um, know those guys will have another special year, and so good luck. Shout out to Tyree Gator, Notre Dame College got a win today, scored 19 points. Shout out to the Cleveland Heights Tigers who are now 2-0. Definitely proud of those guys, and so watching St. Joe's tonight really summed up my topic for today. I want to talk about trust. There are three people in this game that you have to trust. Okay, the first person that you have to trust is obviously you, because if you don't trust you, you'll never be able to be successful on the basketball court. So that means trusting your ball handling, trusting your shooting, trusting everything that you've worked on for months and months and months and years to perfect. And so that's key. But it also says that what? I have to put some work in, okay? In order to develop that trust, you have to put in a lot of work to be able to trust it. And so the second person that you need to trust is you need to trust um, those who are coaching you, instructing you, training you, so on and so forth. Um, when you trust the coach, that means that you have a 100% buy-in of whatever that coach tells you. If it's a play that you're running, if there's a substitution being made, if you're not playing, you need to trust that that coach is doing the right thing for that team. And then the third and final person that you need to trust, or should I say people, are your teammates. You definitely have to trust every single teammate that you have to not only make you better, but to also make the team better. And that's hard to do sometimes. That means keeping a positive attitude when they're not having a great game, they're not having a great practice. Because it's easy to trust a teammate, when shots are going in and everything is going your way. I'm talking about having that genuine trust that takes you to the next level. So, um, like I said, we'll start with trust and trusting in yourself as a player. Um, it takes a lot of work to be good. It takes a lot of dedication. But before you step on that court, you should totally trust that every single thing that you do um, is something that's going to be conducive to winning. Shots will not always fall. You will make turnovers. You will make mistakes, and we understand that. There has never been a perfect game of basketball play. But you have to trust that those shots will begin to fall. Those turnovers will lessen. Okay, it won't always be the way that it's going. You have to trust that. If you don't, it will continue. It will snowball, and it will probably get worse. So definitely got to trust yourself because once you buy in to yourself, then your teammates and your coaches will buy into you as well. Um, Trusting teammates. Um, I've never seen a basketball game where someone has been successful on their own and won games, championships, be that state championships, NCAA championships, NBA finals. No one has ever done it on their own. And you have to trust your teammate. Um, that means that when they're down, you got to pick them up. When they're up, you got to keep them up, right? Sometimes it's hard to do because we get uh, caught up in our own thing. We get caught up in our own success sometimes, and it's understandable. But if you make sure that your teammates are successful, it's the inevitable that you too will be successful. And trusting coaches. I mean, um, coaches spend hours and hours and hours away from the team as far as preparation. How can we get better? What drills can we work on? What things can we add? What things can we subtract? Different things to make this team better. And players really don't see that. And so I'm pretty sure that, most coaches, no matter what level that they're coaching at, their goal is to make sure that their team is successful. And so um, definitely have to trust them from the head coach to the assistant coach and all the way down to um, the last coach on that bench. They have a vested interest in you to be successful. And then they also have a vested interest in themselves, right? They trust themselves just like you trust yourself as a player. And so you have to know that everything that they tell you is what is going to be detrimental to what you need to be successful on the court. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't tell you anything wrong. You may not like it at the time. I understand that. I've been a player before, and there were certain decisions that the coach made, and I questioned it. I really wanted to know, well, why did coach take me out, or why is coach not putting me in? And it's never a personal attack. Um, it was never anything against Jeremy Holmes. It's always um, the coach felt like that was the best thing to do for the team at the time. And so, um, huge topic tonight. Trust, like I said, watching Villa Angela St. Joseph's really let me know um, that that's a topic that needed to be discussed. It's probably the most important thing in any relationship, whether it's basketball, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a friendship. Once you develop that trust, you're going to have a long lasting, solid relationship. It's like when your children are small and they're 100% dependent upon you. When they cry and they need to be changed, they're hungry, they're hurt, they trust 1,000% that that parent is going to be there to take care of their needs. And that's how that relationship is developed. They trust you wholeheartedly. They know that you're there for them. And it's the same thing, for us as basketball players. As a player, when you trust yourself 1,000%, I guarantee you will go out every single time you step in between those lines and you will have success because you believe in you. Okay? Your team will have success 1,000% of the time if every single person who has on the same jersey trusts one another. Okay? Um, and then I can guarantee you that 1,000% of the coaches that trust their team, that trust their staff, that trust themselves, will always do everything that they can to make sure that team is successful. And so this was the third episode of the Spitt, and just wanted to talk about trust. I look forward to episode number 4, and we'll be hitting some different topics. If you see this video, if you believe in what I'm saying, please pass it on to a friend. I'm out of here. Peace.